Hello, this is Jake from Protocon. In this Inside Protocon, I would like to talk about blockchain governance. In many articles related to blockchain, you probably heard about the word governance. So I will talk about what the blockchain governance means and what is it for and why is it necessary. In particular, Protocon Network also consider blockchain governance very important. We will take a deep dive into the blockchain governance in the series of episodes. So let's get this started. The awareness of issues related to blockchain governance is something our team members have been thinking about for a long time. According to the article about the blockchain governance that was written by Myung-san Jun, and this was published in an online magazine called Data Insight back in 2019. The name of the article is Blockchain Governance. It determines whether the blockchain survives or not. To quote Protocon leader Myung-san's statement, overall, the issues related to blockchain governance that I thought about were sorted out while conducting a lot of research at this time. Even now, my thinking can be seen as an extension of the content covered in the article I wrote at the time. And of course, these concerns are fully incorporated into the Protocon project. When you look at the blockchain, there are quite a lot of cases where decisions have been made. In fact, only representatives ones have been selected here. So decision making refers to, for example, decisions about whether to do A or B, or change A to B. Typically, there's decision-making cases related to Bitcoin, which is known as the origin of the blockchain cryptocurrency. Let's talk about Bitcoin for a moment. When Bitcoin first appeared, most people thought Bitcoin would become the next generation of digital currency. However, in present, Bitcoin is characterized as a digital asset rather than a digital currency. Because if digital currency is usually used for transaction for 10 cents, $10 or like $200, Bitcoin's transaction fees are relatively too expensive to be used in these cases. Assuming a cup of coffee costs about $5, you can't pay a $2 fee to buy a cup of coffee, right? Price of Bitcoin has exceeded 56,000 for one Bitcoin based on the time I'm filming this video. So 10 Bitcoin is worth 560k USD. When trading large units of assets globally, it's more efficient than existing financial instruments. The transaction speed is usually 3 days through SWIFT, but transactions are over in 10 minutes, and the commissions is about $2 to $3 when Bitcoin is used to send an asset, which is more efficient asset trading tool. That is how we consider Bitcoin has moved to a digital asset today. Recently, a large amount of Bitcoin worth 101,857 Bitcoin, that's about 576 million over USD, was remitted to a specific exchange, and the transaction fee paid for the remittance was only 24 Satoshi, which only took 0.44 USD at the time of the remittance, and it's now 2.97 USD dollars based on the current price. This is ridiculously cheap transaction fee. It is known that a fee equivalent to $25 million will be charged if the same amount of remittance is simulated through PayPal. What this means is that it's a very meaningful example of usefulness of the Bitcoin as an asset transfer method suitable for large-scale transfers in terms of speed and fees. Going back to the past, before Bitcoin formed high prices, not only Satoshi Nakamoto, who first created Bitcoin, but also Bitcoin supporters hoped that Bitcoin would develop itself as a digital currency. But as Bitcoin price gradually rose, once it was price of pizza, became $1,000 at some point, and then the fee price gradually rose together. Usually when you make transactions with a particular digital currency, if the fee is not a level that people could endure or reasonable level, which is about similar or cheaper than the fee you pay when you're using an existing credit card, it's not a competitive match. There is no reason to use that digital currency if the fee is more expensive. In fact, compared to the existing currency, Bitcoin fees are much higher. People who wanted to long-term growth of Bitcoin said, we need to lower the fees price. And there was big moves to lower fees with the community advocating the Bitcoin. However, the transaction fee is taken by Bitcoin node operators. The fees are important profits and assets for miners. Would you gladly agree to lower your minimum wages to $10 to $5? No dots. The answer is no. It was clear that if price of transaction fee is cut, the value of Bitcoin node operators would reduce. That's why they opposed to it. It led to a very violent collision. Eventually, the move to lower the commission was not implemented because Bitcoin requires node operators to update its code to lower fees. For example, Bitcoin advocates says the fee is 0.001 for Bitcoin now, so let's change it to 0.0001. In order to apply this, it must be reflected in the code. But authority to update the codes are mainly in the hands of the node operators, also called the miners. The node operators said, sorry, we cannot accept it, and we're not doing it. So this debate related to lowering the Bitcoin transaction fee was over. It was the end of the game. This is a classic example of breakdown of decision making in blockchain.
프로토콘이 궁금하다면 좋아요, 구독, 알림 설정까지.